When the Equal Opportunities Board delivered its financial verdict this afternoon, it talked principles, not figures. The principle, Chairman Deirdre Fitzgerald explained, was to compensate Julie Gross for the fact that she had been sacked by Nelsons rather than allowed to resign. The figure the chairman wouldn't mention. Instead, she delivered a written statement which set the damages at just $825, a sum which Miss Gross publicly welcomed, but privately conceded to be pretty small beer. The Julie Gross case was a groundbreaker on several counts. It was the first time any of Australia's 3 equal opportunity boards had recognised a case of sex discrimination by dismissal, and also the first time that a board had denied a big company the right to legal representation. It was only the board's second case. The first was the battle over Ansett pilot Deborah Wardley. And this was a much harder one because there was no clear statement of discrimination. Ansett, after all, never denied that its policy was discriminatory. Nelsons did, and still does, claiming that it sacked Miss Gross because she was difficult and she created tensions, and not just because she was a woman who fought with her male superiors. She was fired in March last year, only 10 months after she was hired. In the meantime, she had written a number of highly critical internal memos. She had agitated for an extractor fan because, she said, the chemicals in the company's darkroom made her and her staff feel sick. And she had fallen out with her boss, a Nelsons director who, the board was told, had been rated 3rd in an office male chauvinist pig contest, a contest which Nelsons now says was all meant in fun. Would you have resigned anyway if you hadn't been sacked?
Yes, I was completely prepared to resign on the day of my dismissal. And I had already told the managing director the day before that I wished this opportunity and that I receive a reference to help me find another job. And I didn't expect to be dismissed in such a brutal manner.
What did you feel when you were told you'd been dismissed?
Oh, I was horrified and annoyed and frustrated, and I thought that, well, my actions would be over the extractor fan in the darkroom would have been totally acceptable, and I would have been listened to if I'd been a man. I wanted to seek redress, that no one should be treated in the manner that I was treated.
When you say the manner, what aspects of it that really worried you?
Oh, the brutality, just being thrown an envelope and told to get out.
Was your first instinct to go to the Equal Opportunities Board?
Well, at the time of my dismissal, I didn't even know there was an Equal Opportunity Board or an Equal Opportunity Act. The Act had been tabled in Parliament while I was overseas, and it wasn't until I saw Mrs. Wardley and her case that I thought, well, goodness, there's an Act, there's some way that I can get back at them.
Well, would you concede that you perhaps contributed in some way to your dismissal? The board in its report says you're a strong woman and that your views are expressed not always tactfully. Would you take any responsibility at all?
Well, I took that as a compliment, actually, that I was strong-willed, and that sort of action in a man would be called initiative.
Well, when it comes down to it, why do you think you were dismissed?
Because I'm a competent worker, I love my work, and I try to do a professional job. And you know, I don't like appalling health conditions, and I don't see why anyone should put up with them.
Since the company has consistently denied the discrimination and certainly disagrees with the determination of the board, in that sense any damages at all are unacceptable. Having said that, of course, we're gratified that the damages are modest.
I was telling everyone yesterday anything over $250 would be a victory, so...
So we come out with 600 more.
$800 a fairly sort of hollow victory?
Well, no, look, I won. And I've had tremendous help and support from everyone, so... No, I'm not... they could have issued me $2.
Are you going to appeal against the decision?
That's something we will take advice on.
Oh, well, they'd be stupid if they appealed.
Well, they might very well appeal, though.
We've had 1 or 2 poison pen letters, but I think overall the thing that has gratified us has been the tremendous support we've had from within the company, including all senior and junior female members of the staff of Nelson.
Do you feel personally affronted by the small amount that the damages represent?
Certainly not, because I went in to win, and I think it's a tremendous victory for every woman in Australia.
I think they are wrong. It is the wrong decision, it is the wrong issue, and it's the wrong company.
Julie Gross's official title at Nelson's was Senior Designer stroke Studio Manager, and her job to design and illustrate books and book jackets. She now does much the same thing for Macmillan's, although in a more junior position, and for a bit less money. What's been the personal cost, the emotional cost to you of this case?
Well, it's been terrific, and I couldn't have done it at all if I hadn't had the support of 100% support of my husband.
How have you felt about it yourself, though?
Well, I had to do it, and I thought, well, I've got to make a stand because dismissals happen every day around Melbourne. Dismissals are happening at this very minute.
Would you see that your behaviour towards the company, I mean, the memos you used to write and the repeated demands for a fan in the darkroom, do you think perhaps you provoked the company at all?
Well, I don't think I did. I was forced into that. I'm a very shy person, actually. I had asked repeatedly for action to be taken. I had to write memos.
Would you do it again?
I would have to do it again, even though the emotional cost is terrific. Someone's got to do it. Someone has got to change the law and make sex discrimination obsolete.